sorry, it crumpled.
Obviously the Tour de France is the race that everyone pays attention to.
Past 10-15 years I think we've seen a real internationalisation of the Tour de France, of cycling.
It's a completely different landscape. The athletes who are winning are clean. It's so much more advanced, it's so much more professional.
To me, the biggest change has maybe been over the past 5 years, you know, the Pogacar era.
The sports are fundamentally different. I think it's changed more in the past 10 years than it had in the previous 50.
It's hard to overstate, I think, the impact that the Tour de France success of those Sky years and before that Cavendish for HTC Columbia had on the British racing scene.
You know, Cavendish has had a huge impact.
I think I've got to say a huge amount is down to Mark Cavendish. You know, there was a period of time where he was the British sports star in any sport who, if he was in the group as they approached the sprint, you knew he'd nail it.
Fumi, Geraint Thomas, Brad, and then the success that so many British athletes have had in the Olympics.
In Britain, it's obviously helped by the fact that there are so many British professional bike riders now compared to 20 years ago.
So long as people are talking about cycling and bikes and as a normal, everyday kind of part of conversation and part of our culture, that has to be a fantastic thing, because we do have to learn to live more lightly on this planet.
Yeah, I think the next 10-15 years are going to be interesting.
Obviously Sky and Ineos had their tremendous success and now they're less successful. But what you're seeing is more of a sort of a British cycling diaspora, where you don't have to come through a particular system.
At a grassroots level, it's really interesting because there's so many amazing volunteers and clubs in the UK who put so much work in that no one knows about, that are bringing through these juniors who then have to go abroad generally.
The amount of events in the UK is not what it was 10 to 15 years ago. That's actually declined.
The road racing scene in the UK is in deep trouble. The number of races and the number of actually athletes signing up for those races is dwindling.
And very difficult to avoid the sort of sour grapes of, you know, it's going behind a paywall. So I don't really see how it grows from behind a paywall, because, you know, people aren't going to be sort of glimpsing it out of the corner of their eyes.
Quite heartbreaking that it won't be, you know, free to air anymore.
The journey with ITV and as a commentator feels like such a privilege.
This is my first year with the ITV family and also my last year with the ITV family.
Yeah, I guess for me my highlights have just been the friendships that I've made along the way. It's a very close group of people working on the show for ITV.
It's funny, when I reach back, I almost don't reach back for the race. It's a strange mix of memories that, you know, are everything to do with our experience of the Tour and this mad, wacky races drive around France. It's funny, I was trying to think of them because it's the last Tour, and they're all people. You know, they're all people that I've worked with. Steve Doherty, who's gone, Rob Llewellyn, who's gone.
I'm very proud of the standards that we've set on this production for a very long time. I think that everyone who's joined the production, as I did, sort of slightly later on in the journey and hung around a bit, buys into the ethos, whether it's Daniel Friebe, you know, myself, latterly David Millar and Pete Kennaugh, Alex Dowsett. You know, everybody joins this production and steps up.
I think there's been a commitment to journalism, a commitment to saying what needs to be said for our own integrity, whether it's going to be liked or not.
You reach the end and think, good God, what a nightmare. Why did we put ourselves through that? But no, I mean, it's a slog. Obviously nothing compared to what the riders are going through, but it's a great slog. It's a great slog.
I think that the highlight for me of the entire journey that's coming to a close, I think when the dust settles, will be this final year.